Hello and welcome to the Unite Podcast. You are about to listen to another part of the Does It Really Matter series by Pastor Jeremy Moyer. For anybody that would like to come to Unite sometime, make sure you come on down to Victory Church Greenfield Campus at 1827 Freedom Road, Lancaster, PA 17601, or email Pastor Jeremy at jmoyer@victorychurch.ws. And without further ado, here is today's message.
Do you have enough money today? Okay, wait. No's, say no. No. Yeses, say yes. It's pretty even, right down the middle. That's pretty even. Next question. Would you get a tattoo on your face for $10,000? No. She did. She did. This lady, now this is crazy. I don't know what goes through someone's mind to do this. I mean, it went to a good cause. She got $10,000 so she could send her like 6-year-old son to private school because she didn't want him in public school. I think if I'm going to spend $10,000 getting a tattoo on my face, it's going to be like to save a life or to do something ridiculously, not just so my kid can go to a special school and get special privileges, whatever. But yeah, that's crazy. Golden Palace got a deal on that. So, do people who have more money enjoy life more? Yeses, hear me. Let me hear you. Yes. No's? No. I think yes. I would probably say yes. I would say people who have more money enjoy life more. Because I know people who have money, I know people who have nothing. And the ones who have money seem to have a lot more fun than the ones who don't. So, because there was a time in my life when, like Will and Danielle, I was in school, I had no money, and not so much fun. Now that I'm rolling dough as a youth pastor, it's a lot of fun. So, does being rich make it harder to have real friends? I agree. Yes, it does. Whether you're born into a rich family, whether you just have a lot of money, it makes it harder to have real friends because you never know why they're after you. Do you think your parents are smart with their money? They shouldn't give you more. Do you give money away or buy things for others often? Remember, complete honesty. Next question. Do you think you will make $1 million in your lifetime? Yeses, let me hear you. No's, let me hear you. Here's the fact. The average high school graduate will in their lifetime make $1.2 million. The average high school graduate. Now, the average college graduate who graduates with a 4-year degree as a bachelor's degree will make over double that. They'll be making close to $2.5 million, and it goes on and upward from there the more schooling you have. Or, if you do some of the next things we'll talk about in a little bit, here's the last question. Does money bring, now listen, happiness, not joy. Does money bring happiness, yes or no? Okay. Split across the board. You guys, I'm going to get you out of here tonight so you can talk more about those questions in your small groups. But besides becoming a doctor or a lawyer or something great, I'm going to tell you guys tonight how to get this. Okay? Here's how you get this in life. You marry a rich old person and watch them die. Just marry rich. Find someone, I don't care how attractive they are, just find someone rich who's about to die and just love them for who they are and how much money they have. Here's number 2 way. Win the lottery. I mean, how easier could it be to win $1 million than to walk into the store, buy like a $5, $20 card, walk home. You have to actually take a key out of your pocket and like scratch it off. So there is some work involved. But then you're walking out with like $15 million at the end of the day. That's after taxes. Because really, you win like $263 million. After that, you get like $15 million back. So God bless the government. Anyway, but to win the lottery, you have more chance of getting struck by lightning than winning the lottery. So my suggestion is this. If in your lifetime you get struck by lightning 4 times in the same week, go play the lottery. You'll probably win. But only then. Only then. If you get struck by lightning 4 times in the same week. Here's the third way. Have rich parents. Some of you guys are like, bingo. Some of you guys are like, can I go back and be born to someone different in that case? Like, I could be a Trump. I'm like, that's no big deal. Become a rock star, an entertainment star, a movie star. I mean, listen, if Taylor Swift can write a song about a guy and become famous, or, goodness gracious, if Nicolas Cage can become a movie star, you can do it, okay? If they can do it, you can do it. There's no talent in that man's facial expressions whatsoever. You can do it. Number 5 is become a millionaire on the internet. Now, here's what they do. You guys can go home and you get on the internet and you can Google ways of how to make $50,000 a week online. Just sit at your computer and, yeah, it is spam. But here's what you can do. Someone out there is making $50,000 a week from spamming people. So don't get spammed. Go home and create a fake identity, a fake system that will win people $50,000 a week, and then they can pay you $500 just to get the information of how to not succeed at life. So you could be the scam artist. So that's another way to do it. Yeah, then get arrested. Which would then lead into our 6th one, rob a bank. I mean, I've seen the movies. I know how it's done. Okay? And you guys seen a bank robbery in a movie? It's not that difficult. Just watch them and plan it. And wear a clown face. You're good to go. They never catch them. They always get away. Number 7 is this. Oh, besides, even if you go in the bank robbery and you get caught, at least in jail, you won't have anywhere to spend the money, so you still stay rich. High-risk work. I like this one. It says, take on those high-risk jobs no one else wants. You know, like counselor in Iraq, bean counter in Afghanistan, oil tycoon in Iran. But hey, you'll be rolling in the dough, so who cares where you live or what you do? Just take a high-risk job. Okay, those are 7 ways that you have the possibility of becoming a millionaire in your lifetime. But really, I don't think that many of those are for you guys tonight. High-risk work. Yeah, just become famous. What I do want to talk to you guys tonight about is realistic ways that you will be able to enjoy life and have a lot of money. Now, this might sound weird because the youth pastor is going to talk to you guys about having a lot of money, okay? But I believe God wants you to have a lot of money so that you can do some good things with that money. Yeah? I don't think God wants you guys to be so broke that you can't help someone in need. Yeah? I think God wants you to have an extra $1,000 in your pocket. That way, when you walk down the street and you see someone in need, you're like, hey, let me pay your house rent this month. Bam. Let me help you out. Yeah, and I also know this guy called Jesus, and he could do a lot more for you than I ever could. Come on, right? I believe God wants you guys to have money so that you can use it to change people's lives. So, I'm going to give you guys a couple ways tonight. 3 categories of how to get rich and use that rich, how to use all that money for something good. Number 1 is you get rich through a career, okay? Get rich through the career that you choose. This is the one way to do it. It's a lot more effective than the lottery or bank robbery, okay? So here's some things you guys need to do. You need to excel academically, okay? So in high school, does it matter your schoolwork? Yeah, because your schoolwork and your grades will get you into a college and maybe get you out of another college, okay? So your schoolwork matters because your college is going to matter. Because your college is going to matter, it means your job is going to matter, okay? Now, I'm not saying that you can't get a great job and do it without having excellent or excelling academically, but going to a great college and getting great education so you can be the best you can be in any given field of work that you go into is huge, okay? I would say, though, avoid don't go to a school that's going to charge you just to have a good time. You can do that afterward on your own money. Go to a cheap school that will still provide academic achievements and help you get to where you need to be. Don't waste all your money at school. Next one is this. Choose the right profession. Find a job that's going to make you some money, okay? Now, this doesn't compute exactly in saying do whatever will make you the most money and that's the purpose of your life. Number 1, you follow God and what His plans are for you, okay? But at the same time, what you choose to do for a job, okay? And where you feel like you want to excel. You don't need to settle for just working at the drive-thru window all of your life, okay? You can excel, you can move up, okay? You can manage, you can be an assistant, you can do something to move up that chain, which leads us to the 3rd point of the right career, is get an entry-level job and work your tail off moving up in that corporation. I know this guy, he literally just started a job like 4 or 5 months ago, and he just works really hard, and he gives it his all. And he doesn't have a bachelor's degree, he doesn't have an associate's degree, You know, he just got out of high school and he started a job and he's just working hard. But he's at a company where he can move up. He's at a company where he can get raises, he can get promotions, he can become more successful, he can become more of a manager. And he's moving up. He's worked there for like 4 or 5 months, and he's already been promoted 2 or 3 times. Each time coming with a raise. That's fun. When you make more money for working the same amount of hours, that's fun, okay? It's not fun when you work more hours and get paid less. Do you guys agree? No, okay. Here's the second way how to get rich. Get rich through investing, okay? Some of you guys, this is probably not the one that's going to hit home for a lot of you guys, but put money in the stock market, okay? The stock market, and doesn't say just go and just dump your money in the stock market and say, okay, cool, I'm going to walk away. To do this, you've got to be diligent. You've got to be brain on it. You've got to give your heart and soul to say, I'm going to figure out how to make this thing work. But a lot of people have become rich from investing in stock markets and in investments like that, okay? So a lot of people have done that. A lot of people have gone broke doing the same thing. High risk, high reward, right? High risk, high reward. Kind of like dating. High risk, high reward. Yeah, more like high risk, high risk. That's a side trail. I read a funny thing on Facebook this week about dating. It was pretty funny. If you want to know, it's kind of a story, so ask me later. Okay, second one is this. Invest in real estate, okay? Buy a house, buy a property, do something because you're guaranteed to make money on these things, okay? Me and Arda own a home, and it's awesome because we're paying it off. At the same time we're paying off on it, it's becoming more valuable. It's becoming worth more because we live in a country that there's more and more people, there's more and more lands, and there are more and more houses. It's going to go up in value. Next way is this. Invest your time. Okay, this is a great way to work your way to becoming rich in something that's kind of easy. A lot of you guys will have, even when you get out of high school and get out of college, you're going to have a job, and you're going to have hours in the evening. You're going to have hours on Saturday. Use your spare time to maybe, find something that's going to make you extra money in your spare time. Find a hobby, okay, whether it's painting or writing or music or creating or building. Find something you love to do and allow that to make you money. Maybe you're a musician. You know you can get paid to be a musician. You can get paid to play guitar. I get paid to talk to you guys. I love that because I found something I enjoy to do with my life, and I'm able to get paid for it so I can actually afford to feed my family and pay my bills. But you guys can do the same thing. Here's the last one in the second part of it. Avoid purchases whose value is guaranteed to decline, okay? So when you get out of college and you're ready to get your first car, and you go buy that $30,000 car, 4 or 5 years after that, it's going to be worth about $12,000, okay? So pretty much, you're going to spend $18,000 to drive a car for a couple years, okay? It's not a good idea. Never, ever, listen to this, guys. I'm telling you, this might see over some of you guys' head, and I'm sorry if you're in middle school and you're like, Jeremy, I make $2 a week. What house can I buy? Well, there's this really small one down on Lime Street that would be great for you. But you guys, this is so impactful because money is at the center of life. You will not do anything in this life that you can get away from money. You need it. You need it. You're not going to get much further in life if you have no money as if having no oxygen. You're not going to live, you're not going to eat, you're not going to have a place to live, you're not going to take care of your family if you do not know how to handle and deal with money. So this is very important for you guys to learn before you get into that first-time job, before you get to college and just credit card galore and I'm $55,000 in debt because I got a really cool car and an awesome couch that has a TV built into the bottom. It would be cool. Would be cool, but not worth the $17,000 it cost you. Here's the last thing I want to tell you guys about loans and debt. Never take out a loan. Listen, for all you guys, especially high schoolers, middle schoolers, put this in the back of your brain. Never take out a loan for anything that will not increase in value. A car will never become more expensive unless you have it for 40, 50 years. Probably not even then, because it's probably going to break down and get stolen before then. Okay? A TV is never going to go up in value. A couch, an entertainment center, a cruise, nothing that you take a loan out for like that is ever going to go up in value. There's 2 things right now I can almost think of that are exceptions to this rule. Okay? You take a loan out to buy a house because it's almost guaranteed to go up in value. You take a loan out for your schooling because guaranteed that, well, not guaranteed, but the better schooling you have, the better job you're going to be able to get, the more money you're going to be able to make. And at the end of the day, the more money you make, the more good things you're going to be able to do with it. Does that make sense? I don't want you guys to come to me in like 4 years and be like, hey, Pastor Jeremy, can you loan me $100? Because I need gas for this week because I don't have any money. I'm at school at Millersville and I just don't have any money. Like, I don't want that to be you guys. I want you guys to be able to live. I want you to bless the world around you with the money that God's given you the ability to earn. Okay? You don't have to live life broke. Some of you guys grew up in families where your parents were broke. You never had any money. I remember this one time. Me and my brother and my sister, we begged my mom if we could go to the county fair to play some of the games. She goes, guys, we have no money. I'm like, Mom, can I have $10? She goes, I don't have $10 to give to you right now. Okay? Like, that's part of the family I grew up in. We did not have a lot of money. Now, did we enjoy life? Yeah. Did we have a great family? Yeah. Did we play games at home every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night? Yeah, because that's all we could afford. Did it make our life horrible? No. Okay? But then I got to live with this family later on in life who had a lot of money, and they handled it well, and they were wise with their money, and they didn't take loans out for stupid things that declined in value. They used their money, and they invested it, and they were smart with it. And you know what? I got to have a lot more fun with them doing some incredible things, traveling the world, going on cruises, taking trips. Now, did they enjoy life more than my family? I would say probably yeah. Did my family have a horrible life that was dim in comparison to that? No. Each one of those families had wholesome, whole families that loved each other. But one was able to do a lot more with their life because they handled their money wisely. Okay? So, here's what I need from you guys. I need 2 people real quick to help me out. I need 2 people up here who are going to help me manage money. Okay, come on. I want Hannah Barbush, and I want a guy, let's just go Manheim Central. Come on, Zemer, come on up here. Need you guys real quickly. No, Hannah, you can sit down here. And you guys real quickly, I'm going to give you guys 1 minute to have 7 friends up with you right now. 1 minute, go. Have 7 friends. Done. Come on, set 1 minute. 1 minute, you got 4? You got 4? Okay, Hannah, you and your friends over here. Kyle, you and your friends over there. Very quickly. Split up, spread out a little bit. Kyle, you got 7? Kyle, are you stealing one of Hannah's friends? Hannah, scoot down there with your guys' group because you don't want them overhearing you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You need 7 friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. Okay. Here you go. I'm going to give each of you guys $100. Okay? Now, I counted this. I will need it back because if I don't have to put this back in the bank, I'm going to owe someone some money. Probably my wife. And we don't want that. Okay? So here's what I'm going to do. You guys, this is your first $100 paycheck that you get, okay? Now, Kyle, you probably make a lot more than that because you work your tail off. And Hannah, you probably make a lot more than that because you're just really smart with your money, okay? So I'm going to give you guys each $100. You're going to have 2 minutes to budget it out among your 7 friends as each category. You need to figure out how are you going to divide $100. There's 7 bills here. There's 4 20s, a 10, and 2 5s. Each one of those your friends is going to be a category. Does that make sense? So you get to divide it out, and you get to tell me which categories you're going to divide these into for your budget. Is that cool? Yes. You guys get 1 minute. Go. I want you guys to think of what you would do. How would you divide it out? Talk to the person next to you. What are your 7 categories? What are your top 3? What are the 3 categories that you put money into? Where do you put money? Give me 20, he says. So each person needs to be the category of your budget.
PDA, I need you to hit me upside the head.
Each person needs to be a category. You guys got about 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left. Dun, 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 dun. 30 seconds left. 20 seconds left. Divide it out. Divide it out. Will, do you have the microphone? Okay, you guys got 10 seconds. 10. Get ready, get in line. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hannah, Kyle's going to go first because he's older, so you can finish. Guys, listen up. Kyle's going to explain to you how he budgeted his first $100 paycheck out. Kyle, who'd you give what and why? Or just, who'd you give what?
Jared,
and what category?
Savings.
Jared savings. He got $20.
A 20.
He got 20. So you got 20% of your first paycheck.
Dana is food.
Dana's food.
Who I gave 20.
You gave 20. It's important.
Emily is cars.
Cars.
I gave 20.
You're saving for your first car.
Yes. Peyton is shopping.
Paying shopping, she got 5. Get slim pickings around here.
Matt is my personal things,
Personal
which I
things.
gave 20. No. Yeah, this is my stuff.
Your
which I
stuff.
gave 20.
Like baseball cards and bubble gum.
Adam is personal items, such
What was
as
Matt?
underwear.
Oh, okay, those kind of
I
personal.
gave 5.
I hope you don't go through them too fast. And Leah?
Is this like our paycheck now? I thought this was for adults. Because I gave Leah the kids section.
You gave Leah the kid section. Like, you're paying like your kids?
Like, giving my kids.
Oh, giving your kids money. That's so nice of you. That's so nice of you. My mom never did that. I hate you. My mom never gave me money. Now you make me feel bad, Kyle. But great job. Guys, you think, make some noise if you think Kyle did a good job with his budget. Raise your hand if you think you could have done a better job. Oh,
Doubt it.
discuss it later. Hannah, who'd you give money to and what's the category?
Okay, Lindsay has 5 for like extra family stuff.
Like going to see half a movie with one person.
Mitchell has 10 for offering.
Okay.
She
Way to go, Kyle.
Lily has 20 for taxes.
Wow. This is after taxes, but way to go. Give the government more money.
Just he.
Logan, what are you? Oh, Logan, what are you?
$5.
The bank.
You're the bank. So, okay, savings, you're saving money. Give $5 to that.
He's
Food, you
food.
got to eat.
Stocks.
Stocks, investing.
Clothing.
Clothing. Well, the girls got to put $20 in clothing, for sure. You guys give it up for Hannah. Okay. Can I get you guys money back? 20, 20, 20, 5, 5. I'm missing a 10 here. Mitchell. Kyle, great job, buddy. I'm going to take this real quick. You want to collect the money from me? I appreciate that.
He likes touching it.
He likes touching the money. I do need that because I would be broke.
Sorry, it's a little messed up.
It's a little messed up. Okay, no problem. So guys, I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown of how to do a first budget. You guys did a great job. Great example. I got to count this real quick. I got 20 here, 20 there, 20 there, 20 there. Here's what I am going to do, though. Next week, I am going to give you guys a legit chance. One of you 7 one of you 14 that was just up here, next week, I will give one of you guys a chance to earn $100 on stage, legit money, for competing in a competition next week if you show up. Next week, sorry guys, they were up here. Yeah, raise your hand faster. Make noise, jump around, scream a little bit. Get my attention if you want to play these games. Guys, next week we're talking about, who knows? No, we're talking about money this week. Next week we're talking about sex. One of you 14 that was up here, we're going to play a game next week. One of you 14 will have a chance to win $100 next week. Kyle, you get me? One of you 14 will have a chance to win $100 next week. Legit. So, here you go, guys. First thing you do with a budget, when you start, how many of you guys in here, you get money, right? Like you get money now, either allowance or you work, or you do something, you get money. Raise your hand if you get any money from anyone. Okay. Here's what you do. First thing you do with the money. First thing you have to do with the money. Okay? Well, first thing you do with the money after you tithe and you give God what he deserves, you save, you pay yourself. First thing you do, you take money and you say, this is for me, this is for my future, this is so I can have a good life down the road, this is so I can be a blessing to other people. You pay yourself first and you put it in savings. Next thing you do is you make a budget. You figure out this is where I need to put my money, and you do that, and you stick to it, and you draw it up, and you don't deviate from it. You don't say, oh, I really want that, so I'm going to use all my budget money for that this week. So the next thing you do is you cut expenses. You look at your budget and you say, what can I get rid of? What can I stop giving money to so I can have more to pay myself later on in life? Here's the 3 things that you've got to always remember when it comes to doing a budget. Here we go. 10% straight back to the one who gave you the ability to have that freaking job. Okay? Listen, I got really convicted about this when I started making a lot of money. Okay? Because listen, when you're a kid, like I was when I was like 7, 8 years old, and I get like $5, you're putting like 50 cents in the offering plate. No big deal, right? You guys with me? When you get a job and you start making $30,000, $40,000 a year, okay, and then you're looking and say, oh, I have to tithe that. Say, I'm tithing $4,000. I'm giving a $4,000 check to the church. That gets a little tougher. It got to the point in life where I was holding back, like, God, I'm going to give you what I think is what you deserve. And I got really convicted about this because I saw a friend of mine working a job. He was working construction, got his legs crushed, and stopped working. And that night I got home and I go, God, thank you so much that wasn't me. Thank you that tomorrow I can go to work and I can still make money to pay my bills. And that's when I thought something. I said, you know what? Every day that I'm allowed to work is because God gives me the ability to work. Every day I can go to my job and make money to pay my bills and to provide for my wife and my future kids someday. Every day I work is because God's given me the ability to be there. God's given me the ability to have that job. When you guys start applying for jobs and you get turned down a whole bunch, and then you finally get a job, it feels so awesome and you're so thankful to God, give him 10%. Because he's probably the only reason you got that job. Because it's up to him that you're breathing. It's up to him that you have arms and legs and a mind that works. Give 10% right off the top back to the one who's giving you the ability to make money in the first place. After that, next 25%, bam, don't even touch it, put it right into the bank, start saving it. 25%. So every dollar, 25 cents, no big deal. Every $1,000, $250 right in the bank. Save that, put it away until you got enough saved up to take care of yourself and start being a blessing to others. Third thing, you don't have to spend it just because you have it. Any of you guys have this problem? You get $20 from grandma and you're like, can we go to the mall right now? Can we go to the mall right now? Listen, just because you have the money in your pocket, you don't have to spend it. Use that money, invest it, put it in something that's going to pay you off down the road, that's going to make you more money. Thing is this, if you don't control your money, if you don't control the money that's in your pocket or in your bank account, it will. You know it? It will what? It's going to control you. If you don't control your own money and how you spend it, it's going to end up controlling you at some point in life. I'm going to give you guys 3 verses all about money. Number 1 is this, Philippians 4:19. And my God will meet all of your, 3 people. Let's go. And God will meet all of your according to his riches, glorious riches in Christ Jesus. From that day that I decided to start tithing the right 10% and give God 10% off top of whatever I make, I have never lacked food on my plate or a place to live or clothes on my back. Okay? I've never lacked for any of that when I give God what he deserves and when I give God what he asks of me. Second one is this, Malachi 3:10. It says, bring the whole tithe into the storehouse, that there may be food in my house. Test me in this, says the Lord Almighty, and see if I will not throw open the floodgates of heaven and pour out so much blessing that you will not have room enough for it. In other words, God's saying this, show me and honor me with your money and watch what I do in your life. Test me. God's saying, try me, bro. Yeah, that's what he's saying. Test God and see if God's not going to reward you for being faithful with your money. 1 Timothy 6:10, for the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. Some people, eager for money, have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. Jesus talked about money more than love in the Bible. He talked about money more than sin. He talked about money more than forgiveness. Why? Because you know that money has the ability to rule your life if you don't control it yourself. Okay? And you might say, does it really matter, Jimmy? I only make a couple $100. I only make $30 every other week in babysitting. Does it really matter how I spend my money? Yeah, it does. Because whether you're making $100,000 at a job or you're making $27 on a weekend raking leaves for an old lady, the small amount and how you handle that and how you give God what he deserves from that is just as important as when you're making a whole lot of money. And you honor God in the small things. You honor God with the little bits you make now. Prove me wrong. Prove me that you live your life and you honor God with your money and that he doesn't reward you. I'll be shocked if that ever happens. The reason is this. I picked up a dime actually when I was walking out in the lobby earlier. And you know, a lot of you guys probably walked right past this dime tonight. You probably walked right past it, and you know what? That doesn't really matter. That's not going to get me anything. It's pretty much invaluable in our day and age. Now, if there was a $10 bill laying there, I'm sure someone would have picked it up. But sometimes we look at it and we say, you know, it's so insignificant, it's so small, it doesn't really matter. You know what? We live in a really big universe with close, the 7 billion people. And God might look at you and me, probably look at me and he goes, you know what? He's barely even a penny in the great scheme of life, but he's still really valuable. The smallest amount should matter to us because us of being the smallest amount of a person in the great universe matters so much to God. So whether it's a big amount or small amount, it does matter what you do with it and how you live.
Thank you for listening to today's podcast. For more information, please go to victorychurch.ws or download our free app on iOS and Android devices. It's absolutely free, so pick it up. We'll see you next week.